What's up, Major? You gonna miss a red light? Well, who is that? Do you recognize him?
No. Should I get a pen?
Let's see who it is first. What do you think you're doing?
Alberta Bloomsbury, Department of Agriculture. I'm looking for P. Phillips or R. Hobson.
We've got G. Hobson. Gloria.
One of them has to sign this form
What is that?
for the TB tests. The department sent a letter.
The mail doesn't come out here all that regularly. Why don't you just tell me what this is about?
Well, all of the beef cattle in the province have to be tested. I'm the vet.
I can sign that. It's fine. I'm a partner.
Whatever you say.
Can't wait for you to meet P. Phillips.
What's the government testing for now?
TB?
Next will be spelling. Well, old Doc McCracken will listen to reason.
Oh, he will.
Yeah, stick him in a hammock, pour a couple of shots of Hitch Mountain Finest down his gullet. Never fails.
That's why they put him out to pasture.
Who the hell are you?
Dr. Bloomsbury.
Well, look, Doc McCracken and us, we always had a kind of an understanding.
Well, understand this. I want to see the whole herd.
Well, now, hold on. We haven't agreed to any of this yet.
Your partner did.
Leave you alone with a government bureaucrat, and there is bound to be some fresh hell.
Richmond P. Hobson Jr., Panhandle Phillips, and Gloria McIntosh Hobson were real people. And for a short period of time, in the wilderness halfway between Vancouver and the Yukon, they worked to carve out the largest cattle ranch in the world. That part is true.
Never had any infected animals.
I heard in Vancouver showed positive.
Well, now Vancouver's a long ways from here.
It was shipped from Prince George. Every cow in this area has to be tested.
Half our herd's up at Batnoon.
And you better get a move on.
You see any of our cows coughing? Exercising futility.
Not if you want to sell your cattle this fall.
What?
No testing, no government stamp. No stamp, no sale.
You can't.
Try me. Where's the outhouse?
Can't take the doctor's bags to the bunkhouse?
It's gonna take days to round up our herd. We'll have to keep them penned and fed. They're gonna drop weight for sure.
Government logic. Can't have a rancher making money. You at least try to explain it to her?
I don't think it would matter if I did or not. She isn't exactly the accommodating type.
No, she doesn't give that impression.
I never met a bureaucrat that couldn't be dealt with. Or a woman.
Promise me he's not going to try charm.
Don't stand.
Excuse me, miss.
Doctor, I'm just washing my hands.
Better break out the extra supplies, Tommy. We are going to have the pleasure of Dr. Bloomsbury's company for the next few weeks.
It won't take that long.
Test the whole herd? Sure it will. We got a nice spread and best cook on the Blackwater.
I figure a day for you to get to Batnooney, 2 days to round up the herd, another day back. I'll have this herd tested by then.
Well, Doctor, our cattle aren't exactly hanging out at the corner malt shop. They're scattered all over the bush.
So?
So it would be a lot easier if you rode out with us. See the country, breathe the fine air.
It's a waste of my time. You want your cattle tested. And believe me, Mr. Phillips, you do. You'll get them down here by sunrise Wednesday.
Do me a favor. Put nails in her food.
I think she could chew.
New vet's here.
I heard.
Why do I get her?
It's girl's side, boy's side. That's a girl.
Yeah, but that side is closer to the stove.
She's not sleeping on top of me.
Hope you don't mind another body in here.
No, ma'am. In fact, Kit was just about to make up your bunk
I'll take that one.
on the other side.
Near the stove.
You know, you can't blame the doctor for not wanting to ride out with us. By the time she's finished the test, they'd find a cure.
I don't want that woman on our ranch.
Well, it can't be easy for her trying to fill old Doc McCracken's shoes and all.
If you ask me, she is trying way too hard. That thing walks like a man, talks like a man. It ain't natural.
Artificial insemination.
Excuse me?
It's a new form of breeding cattle.
What's wrong with the old way?
Oh, I've heard of it.
Since when?
Well, you harvest the sperm and plant it in the cow manually.
Planting. Didn't know we were farmers.
It started 3 or 4 years ago. Dairy cattle in New Jersey. One bull can do the work of 6. You choose the prime breeder, eliminate the weaker stock.
Well, I could see a life without bulls. Kind of peaceful, actually.
Yeah, if you don't mind playing God.
It's an agricultural process, no different than hybrid corn.
Yeah, they started with plants. Now it's cattle. Who's to say we should stop there? Why not design humans?
Put Einstein's brain in Rita Hayworth's body?
Exactly.
Good night. I've got an article, if you're interested in reading about it.
Not on my ranch. Not while I'm breathing air.
Because she suggested it?
Pan, if it makes us more competitive, I say we should look at it.
Doesn't she strike you as the kind of woman that would like to have nothing to do with bulls? The kind that would like to eliminate them from the whole process?
All I'm saying is we shouldn't pick a fight with the Department of Agriculture.
And I'm saying that females should be female and bulls should do their duty.
You know, this makes a lot of sense. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it.
You said you had.
Well, I didn't want her thinking I was ignorant.
Oh, a woman like that wouldn't care what you were.
Woman like what?
You know.
Yeah. Just wasn't sure if you knew.
How did you know?
A couple of years ago, I wandered into the wrong bar in Greenwich Village. I ordered a drink, and when I sat down, I realized I was the only man in the place. Not the only one dressed as a man. You understand? How'd you know?
I've read a book. Gertrude Stein. And Alice B. Toklas. Radcliffe Hall. And Mabel Batten.
Sounds like more than one book.
Just because Alberta likes to wear pants doesn't mean she's one of those. Look at Amelia Earhart. Or Katharine Hepburn.
Well, it's fine by me. She'll never convince Pan.
So what is this new process?
Well, there are 2 steps. Collection and insemination.
Oh, yeah? I want details.
Oh, here. It's all right here.
I've been thinking.
You're planning another end run around Alberta.
Don't.
We can't just lie down and let her steamroll over us. Ah, Dr. Bloomsbury. Glorious morning, isn't it?
Perfectly glorious, Mr. Phillips.
We're just gonna ride out and bring that 100 head of cattle right in for you.
You've got over 200 out there.
Do you count them?
Based on what you've sent to market the past few years. Unless you've had an epidemic I don't know about?
No.
Good. Then I'll expect them down here in 4 days. And I'll need an assistant.
I can help.
Can you rope?
Need to get the 7 dwarfs to hold the cow still.
I'll only need 6. I've got Dopey right here.
Kit. That arm well enough to rope?
Of course.
Good. Because it appears that the doctor is going to need an assistant. And you just volunteered.
But you said...
Because it sure as hell ain't gonna be me.
Nick?
Yep, good luck.
Want a closer look?
Sure. What's in this stuff?
A little bit of the disease.
Yeah? Well, how do you know if they're sick?
Well, in about a week, if I see a growth the size of 3 peas, that'll tell me they're infected. Here.
What do I do?
Oh, just get right in there. That's it. And then just, there you go. That's it. That's great. Okay, let's move her out. What hand you got?
Kit?
Is she a relative?
No. Why?
I'm just surprised your top hand would let a woman cowboy for him.
They get along pretty well, actually.
Just wait until the war's over. He'll be turfing her as fast as you can say Jack Robinson. You too, as soon as the little ones come.
I don't know where you get your ideas, Doctor, but don't make assumptions about our ranch. I'm an equal partner here, and Kit is Pan's right-hand man.
I graduated from the Ontario Veterinary College 15 years ago. Top of my class. Had my own practice. I couldn't get a government contract until the war started, and they ran out of men.
Mrs. Hobson! I was going after a cow, but got caught up in some deadfall.
We'll bind it until we get him home.
Cut's pretty deep.
And dirty, too. Yeah. Ah, old home remedy. Hardly modern science, but use it in Ontario seems to do the trick. We'll use it as a poultice.
Moss?
We always use a mustard poultice.
Alberta said that...
What the hell were you thinking?
And it's been working.
She's a vet. I figured that she knows.
I'm telling you that woman knows nothing, and I'm not paying you to listen to nothing.
You told her to help her with the shot.
She's got us over a barrel with the cows. She is not touching my horses. Mustard, now! Now!
You don't have to yell at her just because you're mad at
She's
Alberta.
my hand. I'll yell if I want. You know, about last night. It was that doctor's fault.
I would have gotten the mustard. It's just that we were in the field.
You were on the field because of her.
The woman's intractable, won't listen to reason. Now we got an injured horse and a whole lot of wasted effort.
I guess.
Women. They haven't got the capacity for compromise. That's why you should never let one do a man's job.
What's happened now?
He's worse.
The infection's spreading. What happened to the moss?
Pan made me change it.
What? You do not change a treatment in mid-course.
Can you do something?
Maybe. It's a new drug. They're trying it out on the troops in Europe. They call it a miracle drug. I've never used it on a horse, but the principle's the same.
What's it called?
Penicillin.
Maybe we should just ask Pan first.
Maybe we should just shoot Buck right in the head.
Beautiful evening, isn't it?
It's a nice country. You aren't from here, are you?
Vancouver. How could you tell?
Well, the accent gave it away.
I came out here 2 years ago when Rich and I got married.
A lot of the men around here, they think a wife is a free cook and bottle washer.
As a matter of fact, Rich expected me to stay in Vanderhoof. I insisted on coming.
Ranching is hard enough, but ranching out here, it's another thing altogether.
I wouldn't trade it for $1 million. I can ride free if I want. And nobody cares if my handbag matches my belt and shoes.
That part always got me, too. Still, it's tougher than the city.
Oh, I don't know. I had to have some pretty heavy wallpaper samples. Not to mention hat boxes.
Best call it a night. Night, Mrs. Hobson.
Good night, Dr. Bloomsbury.
Wouldn't be the first time you had your arm up a cow.
That's helping a calf out, not putting one in. Let the bulls do the work, same as always.
How's Buck doing?
Getting better.
What did I tell you? Mustard poultice, damn near infallible.
Actually, he got worse. Last night, I didn't think that he was gonna make it.
Well, it could take a while to kick in.
Doc was worried. She gave him a shot.
Why didn't you come to me?
'Cause she was right there.
What'd she give him?
Some new drug. They're trying it in the army.
You let her use an experimental drug on one of my horses? Oh, this is a whole new pinnacle of stupidity. Even for you.
What happened?
He's probably going to fire me. Or maybe I'll just quit.
Who, Pan?
Alberta fixed my horse, and now he's gone crazy or something.
Well, Pan, those horses. Alberta must have done something wrong.
No. He was dead wrong.
Where's the doctor?
The infection had entered the bloodstream. The horse wouldn't have made it.
Some luck. That stuff has never been tried on animals.
Put him down. Put him down. Put him down.
Where?
Right there. They've been trying it on the troops. I've read articles about it.
I
Whoa, big
am
fella.
talking about prime horse flesh.
You could have told us and let us decide.
The animal was dying. What?
You could have told us and let us decide.
The animal was dying. What would you have said? Hold him down. Hold him down. This. Get his arm up. Now, this might hurt a little. That's it. That's it. That's it. Easy, easy, easy. Come to me. Come to me.
Can I get a shot or something?
Got some horse dope.
In case you haven't noticed, he isn't a horse.
Take half. You expecting any other neighbors with medical ailments?
Well, maybe you could have a look at Pan's piles.
They'll be ice skating in hell.
Hey, Orville brought the mail. There's a letter from Ed.
See, I told you he'd be okay.
Dear Kit and Tommy. Well, it's
Finally happening. I'm going to war. They're telling us it's bad out there. The North Atlantic is full of Kraut U-boats. And if you're not being torpedoed from below, you're being blasted from above by Messerschmitts. And I am going to be right in the middle of it. But that's okay.
That's why I signed up.
Aren't you going to finish it?
He is the only family that I have left, and he can't wait to get himself killed.
He was mad at me, not you. He doesn't know a damn thing about medicine.
Pan's the best cowboy there is.
Well, he doesn't seem to give anybody else much credit. Especially you.
Well, he's my boss.
You want to spend the rest of your life getting yelled at?
What else can I do?
Well, what do you want to do?
The whole process is going to go haywire from step one. Collection. From the bull.
No, they use a dummy cow, okay? And
That'd have to be one hell of a dumb bull. How's that improving the herd? You got another problem?
No?
Then?
I'm quitting.
You're what?
I'm going to leave with Alberta. Her and study to be a vet.
You can't just decide to be a vet.
Why not? I can be whatever I want
How soon you going?
as soon as Alberta leaves. Maybe tomorrow.
did she actually invite you?
Yeah?
To Calgary?
Excuse me.
I'm going.
Something on your mind, Mr. Phillips?
What are you, a chicken hawk?
You're embarrassing yourself.
You're poaching my best, my only cowhand. I deserve an explanation.
I think she can do better than this.
She gets a man's wage, 3 squares, a roof over her head.
What about respect?
I gave her a job. I taught her everything she knows.
So that accounts for the huge gaps in her education.
Government or no, I want you out of here. Without Kit.
I think that's up to her.
I figured now's a good time. You can break in a new hand for Roundup.
That's not what we're worried about.
Do you know what you have to do to be a veterinarian?
Alberta said I have to finish high school and then go to college. That's it.
How far did you get in school, Kit?
5.
Kit, that's 6 more years of school. And then 4 more years for a Bachelor of Science degree, 3 more probably at a vet college.
Do you think that I can't do it? Do you think I'm stupid?
No, but how are you gonna support yourself when you go to school?
I'll get by.
How?
I've been through worse.
So?
Onward and upward, huh?
Pardon?
On to something bigger. Better.
I guess.
Thought you wanted to be a cowboy.
I am a cowboy.
Oh. So you've learned everything there is to know.
Maybe I could learn something else.
Horse doctrine.
Alberta thinks that I'd be good at it.
Just what the world needs. Another woman vet.
She's never been farther than Vanderhoef.
Maybe she wants to be more than just a ranch wife.
Oh, is that such a horrible fate?
Maybe not for you, but Kit might aim higher.
Kit might aim too high. Then she'll take a big fall.
She might just succeed. It isn't for you or I to say.
What's in this for you?
There's always plenty of people willing to stand in a woman's way. I want to see the odds evened.
Alberta fed her some hokum about being whatever you decide to be.
So she decided to be Alberta.
Very poor choice. She should have picked Barbara Hutton. Richest damn woman in the whole damn world.
This isn't funny, Panhandle. We can't just let Kit go to Calgary and ruin her life.
It's her life to ruin.
You never know. She just might make it.
That's ridiculous, and you know it.
Well, look at me. Started out as a stockbroker in New York, decided to be a cowboy.
Living proof.
Try to picture Kit in Calgary.
Your father couldn't picture you running a cattle ranch, and here you are doing just that.
Barely.
I was an adult. I had experience. Kit spent her whole life with us or on a potato farm. She might just leave on a whim, and God knows where she'll end up.
Well, I can think of only one solution.
What?
Chain her to her bunk.
I mean, I owe him for taking me in and all, but you can't be a cowboy all your life.
Why not?
You can, I guess, but I mean, you can be anything.
You leave, I'll probably get to be a cowboy. Anyway, you'll hate it.
Why? Working with animals, they get sick. I make them better. Working outside all the time.
Now that you're in school, you'll be inside all the time.
For a while.
For years. You'll be able to stand it. You'll quit the first week.
I will not.
You want to bet?
Sure.
Okay. I'll bet you that you can't sit in the bunkhouse and study something for 2 hours and then pass a test on it.
I can't sit in the bunkhouse for 2 hours because we have to finish this job.
You pass the test, I'll finish the fence.
Fine. What do you want me to study?
Whatever you want. Just pick one. Etiquette for the Dominion. Mavis Birtles.
What does that mean? Etiquette.
Politeness. You have 2 hours to memorize chapter 16.
There are 2 ways in which to eat hothouse grapes. 1.
You lasted 32 minutes.
I have to use the outhouse.
How is soup to be eaten?
Spoon. From the side of the spoon.
I'll accept that. You get a bone in your mouth. What do?
Spit it out.
Wrong. It's to be quickly removed between finger and thumb. Fruit forks.
Eat fruit with it.
Where do they go?
On the table. Side plate.
Which side?
Oh, who cares? It's just a stupid fork. And if it's not there, quit complaining and just use a spoon. What am I gonna do?
Anything. Just stay here.
I can't. Pan's not gonna take me back.
I'll go talk to him.
It won't make any difference. I'm just a useless girl, and he can't wait to see me go.
That's not true. Let me try.
You and Kit finished fixing that fence?
Pretty much.
Hand me that feed bag. Tell Kit she can collect her pay tonight.
What are you gonna do when she goes?
Find a new hand.
Where? Everybody's at war.
Not everybody. I'll put out the word. Maybe right into Vanderhoof.
Maybe you could just talk her into staying on.
Well, if she's got this burning desire to be a veterinarian, then this is the wrong place for her to be.
She might wait until after Roundup if you talk to her.
No point. If somebody wants to leave, you let them go.
Well,
You know, Pat.
told ya.
Sounds like Kit should talk to him.
She's too proud. No matter how much she wants to stay on, she just couldn't take it all back.
She told you she wants to stay?
Yeah. Not exactly.
Believe me, she doesn't have the faintest idea what she's doing.
Well, if it doesn't work out, she can always come back.
From Calgary?
She made it here without taxi fare. Gloria, she works for us. We aren't her parents.
She doesn't have parents. At least anyone who gives a damn about her. So we take it out of her hands. Tell her we aren't letting her go. That's all there is to it.
All right. I'll talk to Kit.
Really?
Yeah. And you can talk to Alberta. You don't have to go if you don't want to.
I want to go.
All right. And I can't help but wonder, what do you imagine your life in Calgary is going to be like?
I guess I'll have to see when I get there.
It might not be what you're expecting.
Maybe not.
You wake up. It's your first morning in Calgary. What do you do?
Well, Alberta and
She'll be
I...
away on inspections most of the time, so you'll be on your own. What do you do? Probably want to get yourself enrolled in a school. Of course, you're going to have to get there. That means taking the bus. They'll probably want to test you to see what grade to put you in. Could be with little kids.
Well, I don't know about school. I don't really like inside work.
Well, that's mostly what they got in Calgary, kid. You could be a waitress. Well, of course, then you'd be stuck behind a lunch counter all day. You could work in a store. How's your arithmetic?
Maybe not a store.
Maybe not Calgary, kid.
What?
I can't let you go, at least not yet.
Well, you can't make me stay. I quit, remember? You guys are just gonna have to find yourselves another hand, that's all.
You're just not ready to go off to a big city on your own.
I knew when my pa didn't want me around anymore, and now Pan doesn't. So I'm going to go.
Ready to ride?
Just about.
Here,
What's this?
kid's father's address. He'll have her birth certificate. You'll need it when you register her in school.
She can register herself.
She'll still need the certificate. And she's afraid to talk to her father.
Why are you telling me all this?
Since you're more or less adopting her, I thought you should know.
Adopting. Giving her a roof over her head. Pointing her to the nearest high school.
Just like her father, then? Room and board, no emotional support?
She survived.
Only because she had her brother Ed. Since he enlisted, we've been her family.
Well, I guess she wants a new family.
But you aren't offering her one, are you?
I am offering her an opportunity to advance herself. All I hear from you are limitations.
She's 16 going on 12. Her hero hurt her feelings and she's running away. What happens when you won't be there for her in Calgary? Who will she go to then? We've got a school teacher here now. She can work on her education here.
And in a couple of years, what if she still wants to be a vet?
I'll know who to call.
Best of luck.
Yes. You too. Are we leaving now?
I'm leaving now. You're staying here.
You said I could come with you. I quit my job.
I don't think you'll have any problem getting it back.
What about those things you said about me being whatever I wanted to be?
You're just a kid. You don't know what you want to be.
Oh, that is just about the meanest thing.
It's
that
not
you could...
mean. It's sensible. Go to that new school teacher. See how you do. In a year or two, if you still want to be a vet, call me.
But...
You have people here who care about you. See ya.
So do we have a clean count?
All of them. Not that I doubted it. You run a pretty nice ranch, Mr. Hobson.
We'll have some help.
Hey, aren't you forgetting somebody? Your new assistant?
Your other partner convinced me she should stay.
Oh, so you only listen to women.
I listen to reason. You should try it sometime.
Well, now, you just missed saying goodbye to your pal.
She's not my pal. And you aren't my boss.
Where are you going?
Away.
You know, here I've been thinking this whole commotion is Alberta's fault. I can see now that I was wrong.
Yeah?
It's Gloria's fault.
Yeah?
It's Gloria's fault.
I didn't say a word to her.
Well, then why did she leave?
Maybe because she quit.
She didn't quit.
Sure she did. You heard her. You were sitting right there.
Oh, she didn't mean it. That damn woman gave her ideas. I spent all this time training her, and then she runs off for no good reason.
She had a good reason, you lunkhead. You hurt her feelings.
Feelings?
You jumped all over her just because she sided with Alberta.
I knew that woman was responsible.
What?
Kit never had feelings before.
And how do you think she felt when you kept saying that women can't do a man's job?
Oh, she knows I didn't mean her.
Just go and bring her back.
You know, life was a lot simpler around here before you introduced women and children.
Fine. Then I'll promote Tommy to do her job.
Of all the witless suggestions.
Got a better idea?
Gotta drive the cattle back up to that Noonie tomorrow.
I figured.
So what the hell are you doing?
Thinking.
What about?
How long I can be a cowboy?
As long as you want. You'd even come back to work for us.
Ha!
Why not?
You'd say I was unreliable. Just like the rest.
Who?
Alberta, Mrs. Hobson.
Yeah, but they're women.
So am I.
You're also a cowboy. That allows you to transcend the inherent weaknesses of your sex. What I mean is that the cowboy part overrules the...
You don't like Alberta because she's a girl.
I don't like her because she's intractable and pushy.
What if I get sick of being a cowboy?
You'd be like Miss Hobson.
You don't like her either.
Well, she's intractable too. But she's got herself a fine, well, a reasonable husband, running a big spread, with a lot of help, of course.
I'm nothing like her.
That's to your credit. But there's no saying that you couldn't settle down, find a good man, maybe buy your own spread. Hey, maybe right here in the Blackwater.
I don't know if I want to do that either.
Well, you don't have to. See, that is the single greatest beauty about living on the final frontier, is that you can be whoever you want to be. There's no one to read you the rule book. Now, Calgary,
What about Calgary?
well, that's a different proposition altogether. Personally, I never took to that town.
Don't think I would either. So what about me? Am I in track whatever too?
No. Oh, no. You got potential. If I lived long enough, I might even make a top hand out of you. So, maybe you want to ride out with us tomorrow?
Sure.
Same pay, of course.
Of course.
Still say she was onto something.
Fine, let's try.
You serious?
If artificial insemination will help to improve the herd, then we owe it to ourselves to find out.
I can handle Phillips. I'm impressed.
I'll be happy to watch you do the collecting.
Now, you're the top hand.
Uh-huh. And this top hand is going to be occupied with other concerns.
You're right. That'll never work.